Hi, my name is Aaron Evans, and I'm a senior at UMHB this year. And Easter pageant, man, Easter pageant is by far my favorite thing at UMHB. I look forward to it every single year. And while I'm sad that I won't get to do it this final year, I'm so thankful for the past 3 years that I have gotten to do it, and can't wait to see and hear all the stories about how this amazing tradition that I know has impacted my life in a huge way, how it's impacted people all across the world. Um, but I want to share two main stories about how Easter pageant has touched me. Last year, I last year was when it looked like it was going to rain, and it rained all morning, and up until 12 o'clock, and we're like, oh man, we may have to push the shows back, or maybe it will be canceled for the first time due to rain. And then we pushed the first show back by 10 minutes, and then the rain just stopped. And we were able to do all three shows perfectly fine. And it was such an amazing way. And like, I was on props committee, so we were already outside but before the first show time. And just seeing the clouds go from completely dark gray to all of a sudden they're all completely white. I remember standing in the back room. If you don't know, there's a room under the upper room where all the props are held. And I remember us props committee people, we were standing back there, and all of a sudden there was literally rays of light coming into the doorway where we were standing, and it was the most incredible sight. And then 2 years ago, I remember there was, after the show, I believe it was after the second show of the day, we were all gathering around, hugging people that we knew in the crowd, and just talking about what an amazing experience it was. And I remember looking over at the crosses, and Matt Langford, who portrayed Jesus that year, was standing there, and this group of kids that were all there together ran up to him, and he just embraced them. And it reminded me of the story where Jesus told the little kids to come, told the other people to let the little kids come to him. And just reminded me of the story when he says, unless you have the faith like a child, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. And it just reminded me of that. And I think about that all the time, and how that's such a great reminder. And Easter pageant is just such a real life experience, that while this real story of Jesus was 2,000 years ago, it still lives with us today. And that's just such a great reminder.